Let's see here, wide. Okay, with a little less babbling this time. This is an old metal lathe that I inherited from a great uncle. I cannot, for the life of me, find any markings on this at all. The only thing that I have found that has any form of name on it whatsoever is this 4-jaw chuck, and this is a 3-inch. It's a 3-inch Dunlop 4-jaw chuck. My uncle was pretty famous for, and the whole family, it just doesn't, for buying craftsman stuff. Everything that they owned came from Sears. So I'm assuming that this is some form or another of Sears clone of, I think it's a Sears clone of a South Bend lathe, maybe, or an Atlas. But it's so old, it uses flat belts, not V-belts. Now here's the jack shaft that goes with it. I actually have the change gears and everything too. They're at my mom's house. This is a center rest or steady rest. It has no, I sandblasted it hoping I could get some kind of information off of it, a name, a serial number, a stamp, anything. And I can't find anything. I'm going to flip it around, show you the other side. The thing's a death trap. I've actually caught my fingers in it twice now. Actually, I've caught my fingers in it twice today. I've actually fiddled with this particular lathe probably 3 or 4 times over the last 20 years. You know, every couple years I get a fire in my ass to fiddle with it, and then I fiddle with it. I wipe it with WD-40, and then I realize that it's beyond the scope of my skill level to bother with it. Actually, I shouldn't say it's beyond the scope of my skill level. It's just beyond my ambition level to fiddle with an antique piece of equipment that may or may not be worn out, and I don't really have the ambition to restore something that's really not worth a whole lot of money. I highly doubt this thing's worth a whole lot. I looked online and it said that there was supposed to be a serial number stamped in these V-ways, like stamped in the ways somewhere. Well, I can't find a serial number in here at all. I mean, I looked pretty hard and I just couldn't see anything. There's no nameplates on the feet. Now the feet are separate. The feet bolt on separately. Yeah, I'm just kind of baffled. It is missing this little handle here, but everything actually seems like it works pretty well. Like I said, I'm not a machinist, but I know there's a little bit of backlash, half a turn maybe. But once it engages, it's fine. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a machinist. The lead screw doesn't engage very well, but that, and it also moves a lot. So my assumption is that this is a toy. This is a hobbyist lathe. Obviously, it's a hobbyist lathe, but I actually think it might be a toy, a child's toy, which would be right around the correct age for my uncle to be or my great grandfather actually. So, like I said, I can't find any names, any information. This all looks like it belongs together. Like this wasn't cobbled, I don't think. There's no name stamped on any of these castings that I can find. I have these belts that came with it. If anybody's interested in it, let me know. I really don't have a whole lot of interest in this thing. If I buy one, I'm just going to go buy a new Chinese one and smash my fingers with it that way.